What? Were you looking for the outlaw whose story you've been told? Yeah, I have seen him not long ago. He was looking for some gold. Disaster Jones had brought his gang, was feeling confident, poor guy. Going around like bang, 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 the worst lad that has ever come by. Have you heard the stories of old? They speak of greed, bloodshed, and gold. In this world there are forces unspeakably bigger than you. Do not gamble with their curses, you may lose a finger or two. In this ghost town there's a lady, a Chinese lady of the saloon. She told the bandit to not be greedy, or his doom would have come soon. But his ego had been painfully stung, and so he gave his men the call. Their guns shouted and sang, still the mud swallowed them all. Have you heard the stories of old? They speak of greed, bloodshed, and gold. In this world there are forces unspeakably bigger than you. Do not gamble with their curses, you may lose a finger or two. Disaster Jones was the only one to get out unharmed what's more. Full of child rage, he took his gun, he ran to the saloon, kicked down the door. He aimed to the head of the lady, but she didn't run and she didn't hide. Suddenly a wolf jumped the bandit, biting off the last shred of his pride. Have you heard the stories of old? They speak of greed, bloodshed, and gold. In this world there are forces unspeakably bigger than you. Do not gamble with their curses, you may lose a finger or two. Have you heard of Disaster Jones? He was infamously skilled with guns. In this world there are forces unspeakably older than the land. Still I gambled with their curses, but I was dealt a bad hand.
The precious daughter of the Navajos. During the night she was in her tent. A wolf came out of the shadows. It didn't growl, no harm it meant. It was bleeding from a large wound. She treated it, and together they slept. But a wolf can never be owned. The morning it was gone and she wept. In this world there are ancient forces that intertwine destinies and change their courses. We live our life dancing to their melodies. Stranded child, I promise they hear all your pleas. The precious daughter of the Navajos. The next night she saw the wolf coming back, and for what reason nobody knows, but this time she followed it on its track. Into the heart of the forest they went, under a tree that's tall as a tower. The whole night together they spent. A friendship was born like a new flower. In this world there are ancient forces that intertwine destinies our life dancing to their melodies. Stranded child, I promise they hear all your pleas. The precious daughter of the Navajos, she was there when the white men arrived. Her people shot thousands of arrows, but she fell to the ground of her life deprived. Everyone cried when her funeral was held, and the wolf kept crying louder than the storm. It howled so much Mother Earth was compelled to bring the daughter back, let her transform. In this world there are ancient forces that intertwine destinies and change their courses. We live our life dancing to their melodies. Stranded child, I promise they hear all your pleas. The precious daughter of the Navajo, as a she-wolf traveled alongside her friend, her human form she rarely shows. The two wolves found this place in the end. They met the Chinese lady of the saloon, heard of the mind that brings only disgrace. Now the two wolves howl at the moon, vowing to always protect this place. Welcome, darling dear, to my humble saloon. Another seeker of gold, or so I assume. There's no reason to rush, am I right? You can just stop here for the night. That man is harmless and the wolves are my friends. They don't bite for no reason, so don't be so tense. The moon has cast on me a nostalgic spell. I'll tell you a story that I rarely tell. I'm too familiar with your kind to think my words will change your mind. Just let me pour you another drink. Darling, you'll die sooner than you think. It's the story of two lovers on the run. They were from the land of the rising sun, brought here to give life to an iron snake. They were expecting a child and fled for her sake. They took refuge in a long abandoned mine, where veins of gold sinisterly shine. Ancient forces inhabited that place. The man was soon lured and vanished without a trace. I'm too familiar with your kind to think my words will change your mind. Just let me pour you another drink. Darling, you'll die sooner than you think. Left alone, the woman gave birth on cold stone, and the mind spoke from the deepest unknown. Woman, offer me your offspring, and you will get out richer than a king. Did she chose the child or the gold instead? I prefer to leave the ending unsaid. Every woman has her secrets, darling dear, especially those who have made a career. I'm too familiar with your kind to think my words will change your mind. Just let me pour you another drink. Darling, you'll
There is a long abandoned mine, about which many stories are told. They send a shiver down the spine of those who come looking for gold. A Sioux child with his last breath, he pleaded with voice very small, to the greedy ones bring only death. And ancient forces answered the call. Oh, gold seeker, come deeper. Let the greed devour your heart as I slowly tear you apart. In the ghost town near the mine, there's a saloon that's always open. Go there for a whiskey or a glass of wine. Stay until the lady has spoken. She tells about me, what I allow, and she no longer says do not go. She is a friend of mine somehow, as her mother was not long ago. Oh, gold seeker, come deeper. Let the greed devour your heart as I slowly tear you apart. In that saloon you will meet two wolves from far away. Their story is so very sweet that I didn't mind letting them stay. No funny business inside the saloon. The wolves are by far faster than you. You probably don't want to die so soon and become the next bone they will chew. Oh, gold seeker, come deeper. Let the greed devour your heart as I slowly tear you apart. In that saloon you'll also meet a man who's there every day. He tries to drown his defeat, once a bandit, now just a stray. He ignored the lady's advice, a wild child eager to see the world burn. I think 2 fingers are a little price for the wisdom he has gained in return. Oh, gold seeker, you can't go any deeper. Greed has already devoured your heart. You were lost from the start.